Jay's recording now. You are reading Trump Temptations fanfiction. Do you want to read this? He was a billionaire part.
The mysterious meaning.
It's like a blurb. I'll read it. He was a billionaire. I was a bellboy. Can I make it any more obvious? It all started one fateful afternoon in summer of 2012. I was working as a bellboy at the Trump Hotel in Hong Kong on an internship. This was my first time in a big city. And now it's like paragraphs, so back and forth again.
Okay, who's starting?
Alphabetical, so I'll go first.
Oh, okay.
It all started one fateful afternoon in the summer of 2012. I was working as a bellboy at the Trump Hotel in Hong Kong on an internship program. It was marvelous. I'd come from a very small farm town in Michigan, and this was my first time in a big city. I loved everything about it. It was all I could have dreamed of, and more. But little did I know, it was all about to change. I was sat in someone's tacky luggage when the door behind me swept open. My loins trembled as the scent of toothpaste, adhesive, and spray tan swept through my nasal cavity. I wanted nothing more than to turn around and see the golden god behind these scents, but I couldn't. I was frozen. There was a tap on my shoulder. "Young man," the voice said. I thought to myself, oh my god, could this be him?
There was only one way to be sure. I gathered all of my strength and turned around. Was I hallucinating? This couldn't be real. It was him. It was Donald! He stood there in front of me, like a tall stallion, with his oily orange skin glistening in the sunlight as if he were a soggy Cheeto, his hair unkempt and messy, like a gorgeous rat's nest. He was beautiful, more beautiful than I could have ever dreamed. Yes, sir? I said nervously. I need you to bring these bags up to my room, he said sternly, like a grandfather upset that a news broadcast interrupted Jeopardy. His voice wrapped around my body like queso around a smothered burrito. I was unable to speak. What is this feeling I'm having? I forced myself to speak, but only the word "what" would come out. I don't have all fucking day, you loser, he said. I'm so sorry, sir, I whimpered as I grabbed his bags. I'll get these up to you immediately.
That's far too eloquent for Trump.
Right? You're giving him too much credit.
He shook his head and trotted off towards the elevator. As he got further and further, my eyes continued to be glued to his rear end. His gorgeous... His gorgeous ass flapped behind him like a mouth-watering stack of pancakes in his pants. My hunger for pancakes had never been stronger.
That was the shortest paragraph ever. And that's when it happened. He looked back. He caught me staring at his donk. He could have immediately had me fired for this, but he didn't. Instead... Oh no, I just lost my spot.
Instead, he smiled. Third line.
And continued to hop on the elevator. What is happening? Am I losing my mind? I didn't come here to find love. But did love find me? No, it couldn't be. I ran to the bathroom and splashed cold water on my face. This is insane. I must be crazy, I said to myself in the mirror as the cold water dripped down my face in uniform. I stood there for minutes, just looking into my reflection. I gathered myself, dried off, and went to the front desk. I need to take a break, I demanded, from Helen, the hotel manager. That's fine, be back in 15, she growled to me. I hope 15 minutes is enough time for me to figure out what the fuck is going on. I was almost out the door before the phone rang. Helen stopped me. Wait, she yelled to me as she hung up the phone. Take those bags up to Mr. Trump's room before you go on break. He needs them now, and he specifically asked that you bring them. He did what? He asked for me specifically to bring them? Why me?
So many questions racing through my mind, like a cool teenager on Heelys in a mall. I gathered Mr. Trump's luggage and headed for the elevator. His luggage said, "Made in China" on it. How ironic. My heartbeat was faster than the elevator as it ticked upwards. I wonder why he asked for me. What could this be about? I wonder if he likes me. How could he like me? He just met me. Ding! The elevator rang as we reached the penthouse. I walked down the hall to his door. I've walked this hall many times, but never before had it seemed this long. It felt like an eternity. I wiped the sweat from my forehead and put my hand up to his door to knock. He answered the door only wearing a robe. The robe opened just enough for me to see his beautiful saggy chest. A chest that would give Betty White a run for her money. Finally! I've been waiting. He complained and took his badge and slammed the door. My heart sank. I guess he just wanted his badge. As soon as I began to pick up the pieces of my shattered heart, the door whimpered open again. I almost forgot, he said, as he handed me a wad of money as a tip and a piece of paper. Don't be late, he said in a smile, as he closed the door once more. I stood there, paralysed, holding what looked like hundreds of dollars and this note. What was this note? I pulled it from the money and held it up. The note said, "Be back here at 8 p.m. and get yourself something nice to wear." My knees trembled as I read it. This couldn't be happening, but it was. I told Helen I wasn't feeling well and left work early. I couldn't be there anymore. I needed to go home. Continue reading the next part.
Chapter 2, Blood Sausage. Oh no. I walked through downtown thinking about everything. Should I go back to meet him at 8 p.m.? No, I can't do that. What am I thinking? I'm thinking about him. I couldn't fight it anymore. I had to admit it. I wanted his geriatric 2006 Perez Hilton Jell-O body, and I wanted it bad. But before long, we had a new problem. My lustful thoughts had awoken the purple-headed yogurt slinger in my pants. This walk was getting real hard, real fast. I needed to get home. Luckily, I lived right around the corner. I opened the door and quickly jogged up the stairs, making sure nobody saw the bulging blood sausage I was rocking.
The title.
I sat down on the couch, and before I could even take a breath, my roommate, Nicole, opened the door and came out. "What's up, you fat bitch?" she asked. "Not a whole lot," I lied. I had to. I couldn't tell her.
Why are you acting so fucking weird? She asked. I'm not, I said. I met a boy. Is he cute? She asked as she made a sandwich. Gorgeous. His face is wrinkled like beautiful, overflowing flesh toilet. I said, daydreaming. What the fuck does that mean? That's really weird. Nobody fucking talks like that, she said. He's also rich, I followed. Oh, okay, go get that dick, boo, she said. I gazed at the clock. 6 p.m. already? I hadn't even gone shopping yet. I rushed to the mall. I needed to get an outfit and get home in time to change. I quickly found a perfect black suit and was on my way home. I googled him on the train home. I wanted to know everything about him. His Wikipedia page says he's 69 years young. What a magical number. I'd like to find out more about that. It also says that his nickname is The Donald, but I'm pretty sure they mean Daddy. I was so excited for our second meeting. I couldn't believe this was happening. I got changed and looked myself in the mirror. You can do this, I repeated to my reflection. I got myself pretty and I headed out. Chapter 3. The Meeting. The walk there was short, but felt like an eternity. I was so nervous for our second meeting. Never in my wildest dreams could I imagine this happening. I reached the building and made my way up the elevator. My heart a meat monster. Both throbbing more and more with each floor we passed. The elevator rang loud and opened her doors like a white girl's legs on prom night. I forced myself to walk down the hall. My legs were heavy, fighting me against every step. I looked at my phone. 7:58 p.m. Just in time. I knocked gently on the penthouse door. The door creaked open, and there he was, handsome as ever, like a giant melting fat carrot with fake hair. He was wearing a gorgeous suit. "You look good," he said as I entered the room. He locked the door behind me and asked if I wanted to take a seat. "Why did you ask me here?" I said as I sat down. "You know why I asked you here," he said as he brushed his hand against my cheek, leaving a stream of self-tanner dripping down me. He sat beside me and put his hand on my thigh, caressed me up and down. The only thing I knew was that I wanted to ride his elevator to the top of his Trump Tower. He moved closer, putting his cold, dead lips on my neck. I shivered with excitement. His hands felt like an old, dried-out gingerbread house. I was in love. "I should tell you something," he breathed onto my neck. "Tell me later," I said as I reached for his pants. "Fine, but close your eyes," he said. I was reluctant, but obedient. I unzipped his pants and touched his cold, scaly thighs. I opened my eyes and I grabbed his thick, long tail. What?
Donald Trump is a fucking reptilian, I screamed and let go of his tail. His neck flared up like the dinosaur on Jurassic Park. You know which one I mean. He hissed and leapt for the window, leaving behind nothing but broken glass and shattered hearts.
Chapter 4. Bet you didn't fucking expect that. Thanks for reading. I'm so sorry if you like Trump Temptations. Oh, he's just asking to be followed. Fuck that.
Alright. Wait, I thought this was 10 chapters. Or something. Oh wait, continue reading. No?
It says chapter 4 here, but there's no chapter 4. And if you go to the next part, it just says special thanks to.
Well, there's another continue reading to the next part. What the movie is happening? I don't understand. Adam, you didn't find the full story. What the fuck?
This was
you failed.
This was the only story. Like, if you Google it right now.
No, the article you sent me said that it took the guy 4 hours to write. That was not 4 hours of work. I refuse to believe. I swear it was like 10 chapters or something. It better not end like that. That's a huge cliffhanger.
Well, I'm looking at it now. And all the quotes we read all the quotes that they're mentioning. It's on Amazon. But
it's not for me.
Trump Temptation read. Nah, it's short. We read the entire thing.
Oh my god, I am so disappointed.
It was so good, and then it ended.
What? I was excited all day for this.
I can see why he called. I can
What?
see where that reptilian people meme came from now.
I still just can't believe that that's it.
I can't either. I thought there'd be more.
No.
More.
I know, I thought it was gonna get, like, really dirty.
We should have just read the Rugrats one.
Well, we still can't.
Okay.
That took, like, fucking 15 minutes.